I feel like when I don't go live, I miss coming live. This is so annoying. I'm not using that glue anymore. I feel like the glue is very strong, but the nail is not. It's not adhes. It's not sticking onto the nail. It's sticking on my nails. The glue is still on my nails, but it's just the glue. The nails pop right off. Some of them stay on for eternity. Anyway, I have 5 nails left. But my drill came in, so I'm gonna drill them off because I have to do my baby girl's hair. You guys, I really wanted to come on here and tell you guys a story, okay? So you kind of get the gist of, I don't know, a couple of things. Anyway, so like I said, I was born in New York, whatever. I came to Florida at like 11 or whatever, but I lived with my other aunt, and then she ended up moving to Orlando, so I ended up moving in with the aunt that talks to you like you're across the street, her, when she's right here. You know what I mean? And I lived with her for quite some time, and then me and my mom moved out. Anyway, while I lived with her, I understood some things. I learned a couple of things. And I learned that there is a hierarchy in her house, in her, you know, I don't know. And it's a lot to talk about because when grown-ups do like their enabling stuff, you kind of are supposed to just deal with it because they're adults and they're grown. But you know, like you're not supposed, it's like taboo to talk about, or else you're the problem. You know what I mean? So they're supposed to have a problem, but if you have a problem with their problem, you're the one with the problem. So this is me with a problem. Anyway, so when I lived with her, I understood that there is a hierarchy. And she did all the work in her house, like as far as like, you know, cleaning, mopping, doing the dishes, whatever, she did all the work. Um, her kids would volunteer to help, but it's not like she would call them to help. Um, so she did all the work, and but she would call us, like she would call the people who didn't live there to come help her, and be like, "Oh, it's just an experience. We're just, you know, having fun, whatever." And I mean, I did have fun because I didn't really have much else to do. And I felt like when you did the stuff that she asked you to do, she was nice to you. If you didn't do the stuff that she asked you to do, then that's when she will start hollering and talking to you like you're across the street. Like, there's an inside voice that she does have, and there's an outside voice that she does have. Anyway, I was saying this to say about, there was this one time I came on live, like a couple days ago, to talk about how weirdo behavior, the video weirdo behavior. And it's about this girl who realizes she's kind of closer to the family than I am. So she's sitting at the grown-ups table, and like, you know, she's always around the family, always, you know, around the family more than I am, which is cool. Like I don't really care to like fight for my family cuz I get it. You know what I mean? So she'll do this thing where she'll try to smile up in my face and be like, yeah, even though, like, there was a time where she didn't want to like look at me in the face because she found out that the guy that she liked me. And so she looked at me like, I don't know, like she was kind of like weirded out or whatever. Anyway, so she's one of those people who does everything that my aunt asked her to do, and that's why she's able to sit at the table, and that's why she's, you know, coddled and everything like that. And there's so many other people who are friends of the family who my aunt talks to like she's like they're her own. Like she makes them feel so comfortable. She talks to them with the inside voice, all gentle and everything like that. But the people that she doesn't mess with, she talks to very loudly and like they're across the street. Anyway, and I'm one of those people because there was a time she asked me to wash the dishes. I wash the dishes, but then when you wash the dishes, you have to wash the kitchen. Like you have to like, and I was tired. Like I had homework, and I kind of didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, get someone else to do it. There's so many other people here. You want me to do it? And then she was like, oh, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. So I left it, and then ever since then, it's been hell. And all because I didn't like wipe down the stove and the cabinets, the countertops and the table. Like I just left everything alone because I washed the damn dishes and I was tired. Anyway, so she does all the stuff, whatever. Or she, when she's around, she helps out. And so because she helps out, she be feeling like she's like part of the family, which is cool. I don't care. And there's another girl. There's a lot of people who are friends of the family who they feel more like in a better position than me because of the fact that they do what my aunt asked them to do. And my aunt treats them like, oh, honey, boo boo, da 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 da, like, cutesy. And she'll treat me like I did something to her. Anyway, and that's the thing, like, people are not going to confront it. They're not going to say anything because they're not going to, no one wants to talk about what someone did to them because they're non-confrontational. If you bring up you have a problem, you're the one with the problem. You know what I mean? Anyway, what else? So, all right. And this is what this is the moral of this story. So, like I said, one of the friends of the family it happens to be this person that I'm interested in, right? That we're cool. We're very cool. Anyway, my baby's with my mom, but something's wrong. So I might have to pause the story, y'all, and come back later because it kind of goes with the story, but I might not be able to have, I might not have the time to explain it because I gotta take care of my baby. All right, you guys, peace out. I'll be right back.